Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Reluctant Nabi back with my news and views, my views on some of the news. And first, I would like to say, Was ist los, guten Tag, bonjour mes amis, konnichiwa, ni hao ma, oi to the bang, kedu bawani, jambo habari gani, and sani bonani. Um, and to get this started, I just wanted to send you a reminder. Hindsight 2020, and I'm telling you, foresight better than hindsight. Just a reminder of what happens when movements have corrupt or false premises and corrupt leadership, right? Like Megan Good, this celibacy after hoish movement, right? But then you show up at the BET Awards dressed in the blue dress. Remember, I did the video about this, right? But what I didn't get put in the clip of the video as to what made me do what um, gave me the reason to do the video was the picture on here where in that same blue dress with that celibacy message that she's teaching, the image that she's presenting there as a Christian woman dressed like that with a Christian pastor, which is why I tell you that Christianity is a lie from the pit of hell. All right, because you can do that kind of stuff. And what proves it's a lie is all the negative feedback that I've gotten from Christians talking about you can't judge, you shouldn't judge. Now, for those of you who follow scripture, you know that us, the Son of Men, we're supposed to judge crap like this. And that's why black women are doing stuff like what you see in the picture. It's because they have no judgment from men of righteousness or anything. And that's why anything they come up with ends up being corrupt at best. That's why any leadership that come up with the false premises of being strictly for the black woman, you have to question that leadership and how corrupt it is. All right. And I'm going to remind you of the mess that we were seeing where people wanted to lead you to protect thugs and black women and the LGBT now that we find out, right? But the good black men, the men trying to do the right thing, little girls being shot in the bed, little boys being assassinated in alleys because of his mama and his daddy, where the mama goes take the money from GoFundMe and buys a car and then go to Vegas, because she's the best mama she can be, right? All this, none of this stuff is put in check. None of this stuff is put in check. None of this stuff is put in check because a good black man is not allowed to correct. I had to get my Jesse Jackson moment in there. My dang, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. But man, Johnny Cochran moment in there, I had to get that in there. But anyway, so let me remind you of some things. Check this out.
I'm here with this topic that the Black Lives Matter movement is not for black men. It's for thugs. It's not for any man trying to do the right thing or be right. This movement is designed to just demolish any sense of goodness to the utmost, especially when it comes to black men. It is also designed to further exacerbate the negative impression of black women that the rest of civilization have because of the black women that are a part of this movement. This movement is disgusting in such a way that you have black women that are fighting for the men that are doing the worst damage to the community, while, and in the same breath, these same type of black women are trying to destroy the good black men that are trying to make a difference, or at least do the right thing. Now, black men have to worry about being neoed. And what I mean by being neo, you know the singer Neo, that tried to do the right thing, tried to love a woman, show love to a woman, tried to take care of her, and she just used him for his money, got more than $500,000 out of him, and as soon as she got the money, her and the children that she made him believe was his until the DNA came out, her and that child got ghosts. She took that child who made an attachment to Neo, that's what she said in court, and she was willing to leave with the money and not have that man ever see that child again. That's the kind of black women I'm talking about. Alright, now, I said all that in just to give you a little brief introduction on where I'm going with this. And please understand that this movement was started by 3 black women. 3 single black women, probably. 3 single black women raising thuglets, probably. I don't know this for sure. Alright? But because I don't know these women, and I might look in, we need to look at the background of these women. Now, here is the problem with this movement. The movement is started by 3 black women who are in support of thugs, and only thugs, not children and not good black men. These are women that don't want anything to do with a good black man. But they're doing a movement that is supporting thugs and thugs only. And when you look at a movement, you got to see where the dollars are coming from. Why is it that you got a movement that's run by 3 black women and they're getting all their money from their white daddy, George Soros? Now, I wanted to put up on this title page the author from the Washington Times, that the reporter that did a report on this and followed this money. They have sole support from one man, George Soros. Alright? I wouldn't trust any dang thing that came out of these women's mouth or any women in support of this movement. Any man that's in support of this movement need to back away from it. It is nothing good to a good black man. What they're doing is they're propping up thugs and people that are doing thuggish things, that are getting shot by police while doing thuggish things. And every time something happens, they're running and they're marching for this. They are weakening any good cause that any black man and woman can ever come up with. These 3 black women are destroying the foundation of marching for a cause. All white people see is these ignorant buffoons getting up, destroying people's campaigns, being belligerent, loud, and argumentative, being hostile to people. There's nothing nice about this. They're hostile to all the good people. They're marching for all the bad people, and they don't care about even the 9-year-old girl that was shot, that had hundreds at the funeral, but nobody marching for justice for this girl that was shot in her mama's bed by gunfire and killed while doing homework. Now, that's how sorry this is. Now, furthermore, I'm going to show you how these black women coming up now, that most of them, not all but most, do not care about good black men or children. They see us as means to an end to get money from their white daddy. And you can't blame the white daddy, because at the end of the day, it is their job to accept it. It's the old fruit thing. The Almighty says, don't touch the forbidden fruit. The woman was able to be convinced that she would be given power over the man, be like God, and she was vain and greedy. So she took a bite of the fruit. When her eyes was opened up, she had an argument. It said he hearkened to her voice, meaning they got into an argument, and that's how he took the fruit. You know how some of you men just give in just to hear her shut up? We need to stop doing that. We need to just leave them alone, leave them by themselves. Alright, sorry for the long intro, but I mean, this is just disgusting. So let's take a look at some of the things that these black women are doing to black men. How about black men who's watching their child and stuff, and black women don't lie on black men and have them put in jail for no reason after they assault them. They just don't do that because these are wholesome queens, right?
Beaver County Jail. This is where 24-year-old Justin Lindsay has been locked up now for nearly a week, charged with simple assault and harassment.
You going to jail, hit me. Spit on me again.
Come right here, I will. Lindsay's arrest stemmed from this incident at his Aliquippa home last Friday, when his former girlfriend showed up. Lindsay recorded the confrontation on his cell phone. He was on the porch with another woman at the time, along with he and his ex-girlfriend's small child.
What am I mad for? The mother drove up, seen the other woman, and she just snapped out.
Lindsay and his ex-girlfriend exchanged verbal insults. After a few minutes, his ex came at him with a metal pipe.
I'm whack the out you dead in your
striking him and knocking the phone out of his hand. The ex-girlfriend left Lindsay's house, but she didn't go home. She went immediately to authorities.
She hasn't been charged because she told that he did this assault to her. They went and she called a 24-hour magistrate on Friday, and he went on and gave her PFA and told Aliquippa police to pick my son up.
The Lindsays and their son drove here to the police station, but they got nowhere, they say, when they tried to explain what happened.
Me and his dad went with him to turn himself in to the police. They refused to look at the video, refused to really hear his side.
Twyla Lindsay has spent the past week knocking on doors and making phone calls, trying unsuccessfully to get her son bailed out, because she believes he's been treated unfairly by what she calls the criminal injustice system. And with the start of the long Labor Day holiday weekend just one day away, Lindsay says her son has a job in Robinson Township, and if he's not out of jail by next Tuesday, he'll likely lose that job. We're live tonight. I'm Ralph Iannotti, KDKA-TV News. Beaver County Jail. This is where 24-year-old Justin Lindsay has been locked up now for nearly a week, charged with simple assault and harassment.
You going to jail, hit me. Spit on me again.
Come right here, I will.
Lindsay's arrest stemmed from this incident at his Aliquippa home last Friday, when his former girlfriend showed up. Lindsay recorded the confrontation on his cell phone. He was on the porch with another woman at the time, along with he and his ex-girlfriend's small child.
What am I mad for? The mother drove up, seen the other woman, and she just snapped out.
Lindsay and his ex-girlfriend exchanged verbal insults. After a few minutes, his ex came at him with a metal pipe.
I'm whack the out you dead in your
striking him and knocking the phone out of his hand. The ex-girlfriend left Lindsay's house, but she didn't go home. She went immediately to authorities.
She hasn't been charged because she told that he did this assault to her. They went and she called a 24-hour magistrate on Friday, and he went on and gave her PFA and told Aliquippa police to pick my son up.
The Lindsays and their son drove here to the police station, but they got nowhere, they say, when they tried to explain what happened.
Me and his dad went with him to turn himself in to the police. They refused to look at the video.
Okay, so here we go. This woman that assaulted this man with a pipe went and lied, did an interview, kept on lying, tried to say he hit her, punched her in the face, which is why she picked up a pipe. Not real. And the guy was videotaping the altercation. But this is what black women know. Black women know that they can accuse a black man of anything and the authorities will believe her even though she's lying out her behind. Right? And she will set you up, and these black women will try to kill you. And this woman had a problem with somebody else being around her children. Her child don't need to be around her. Because of black women raising children, you have this in Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children, my people would be us black people, the Israelites that are in the United States. It says children are their oppressors, right? Children are the ones that's running around shooting up things, acting bad, hitting people with pipes and stuff like that. And it says, and women rule over them, right? So anything a woman rules over is utterly destroyed. Women are not supposed to take the lead in a household. It says, "O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the ways of thy path." All right. Now, for all you Christian women that's joining this movement, all you church women that's joining this movement, where you have 3 women that's the lead, that's getting this money from this white man. All right, all you church women that believe that you church women should be preachers over men. All you women that want to be a pastor, right? Y'all are so corrupt that y'all are lying even about that. You say you believe in the New Testament. Now, I myself, I'll do an expose on the New Testament, but I myself, whatever, right? But when I choose to follow something, I can be corrected by what I choose to follow. All right? Apparently, a black woman cannot. There is no way there should be a woman pastor or woman preacher or any woman that lead a man. Why? If you are a Christian woman, 1 Timothy 2:12 says, "But I suffer a woman not to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." And there is the problem. That's why our communities are so destroyed. Women back in the day decided that if the man is going to give them the authority over their house, the white man, simply by kicking out the good black man, they could still sleep with all the thugs, the drug dealers, the gangbangers and stuff like that, and have them around the children. They didn't care because all they cared about was themselves, right? And now you got the mess that we have, where you got a lot of dudes that don't know how to conduct themselves around superior force, i.e. a police officer with a billy club and a gun. That's superior force. And that lesson would be taught by men, but there's no men around to teach. It's because these women did such a good job of eliminating good men from the community that they have destroyed the lives of the children that are left. Understand this, black woman.
Police have said that Tyrone Harris shot at them before he was shot at and he was hit. He is in critical condition. I want you to take a look at this because his family told us initially that he was not armed and that they believe it was a case of mistaken identity. But let you see this video. This is surveillance video from the area where about a few hundred yards further where the protests were. And what you see is everyone scattered when those initial gunshots went off, and that was a fight between 2 separate groups fighting over something, according to police. And then you see someone who appears to have a gun. It looks very much like a gun. It seems like he's pointing it down on the ground and running towards where some of this gunfire was happening. And so we're getting this video, the police saying that indeed the person with the gun is indeed Tyrone Harris, the person who ended up being shot by police. After police say he shot at them, they also have 2 cars that were hit by gunfire. The police aren't the only ones saying that he was armed. Well, his family says they believe this is a case of mistaken identity and he was not there and armed at the time. We have some other people who were there who say they do believe he was armed. Pepper spray flies after police tell protesters to get out of the street that has become synonymous with civil unrest. West Florissant in Ferguson, Missouri, erupting again one night after shots rang out, scattering protesters and police. The night after the barrage of gunfire and 2 stores were looted, West Florissant had some new guests. Armed men who call themselves the Oath Keepers, here they say to protect the U.S. Constitution and in particular an employee of Infowars.com who says its journalist was attacked and beaten after witnessing looting. He's wearing a black hat. We snapped photos of the moment he went to police, his face bloodied. The controversial Oath Keepers, their armed presence a sore spot with protesters who say they're unarmed, but getting much of the police attention. Though Missouri's gun laws allow people to openly carry if their guns are legally obtained. The night before, we witnessed a store owner who armed himself too, protecting his store, which had been looted in the past.
Get out of my space, back up.
Meantime, police have made at least 85 arrests in 24 hours as planned civil disobedience took place in and around Ferguson. Blocking highways and stopping traffic, frustrations and fear causing one driver to step on the gas. Let them go! Protesters plan on more action to remember Tyrone Harris. Police say he was shot early Monday after shooting at police down the street from the protest line. Tyrone Harris's father, though, says his son did not shoot at police.
From what I heard, he was there with some friends, and the friends had confrontation, and they started shooting at the friend, and he just happened to just be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
But a young man who says he knows Harris and was on the scene told us Harris was armed and did fire back at police.
Tyrone was right next to me. Yeah, he was shooting back at him and all that. He had a gun and all that. We get protest.
Police are saying, look, he shot at us, so we shot back. Is that what happened?
Yeah, he shot him 6 times in the stomach and put him in handcuffs.
We also took a close look at video of a man with a gun after gunfire erupted. You can clearly see he has on red pants. So did Harris. His red pants shown here as he lay on the ground after being shot by police.
All right, now understand this. This happened around the same time somebody shot an innocent 9-year-old girl, and there was, you saw a bunch of black women and thugs in the street, and one had a gun. All right, and when you hear the story from black people, oh, he didn't have no gun, father, he didn't have a gun, and then they show the video right after them lying of the man with a gun. All right, and this is what's sorry. This is what you have when you have women lead a movement. There is no direction. There is no guidance. All right, they don't know how to mobilize these people and these men, these boys. These boys have a good right idea to be out there, but they have no guidance. They have nobody that teaches them how to think critically, how to be disciplined, because women don't teach discipline. They teach their feelings, and then they go out there, do what they want. They organize some stuff. And why? Because you got some white man that's giving you millions of dollars to make black people look stupid by using your movement to make black people look stupid. Black men, we need to distance ourselves from this. Now, this is where they went to march for a thug that was shooting at police and then got shot by the police. But there was not a big march for the little girl who was shot and who was killed in her bed while doing or after doing her homework. She was killed in her mama's bed. These are what the women are leading. This is the sorry thing. So understand this, people.
It's video you will only see on WECT. Our cameras rolling as agents searched a recent Powerball winner's home.
Agents cited millionaire Marie Holmes for having marijuana. Hello? Tonight, we've learned she's also paid a validated gang member's $3 million bond just one day after collecting her winnings. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ashley Kozakowski.
And I'm John Evans. This is a story that thousands of you have been clicking on and talking about on our Facebook page and on our website and mobile app. Agents swarmed Marie Holmes' house in Brunswick County last night, arresting a drug suspect who lives inside. WECT's Bailey Hicks live now with more details on what happened next. Bailey?
John, agents smelled marijuana when they got to the house that Marie Holmes shares with Lamar McDowell. He's facing heroin trafficking charges, and he's also a validated gang member. According to officials, they arrested him for missing curfew and violating his pretrial release. Then, because of that marijuana smell, they came back with search warrants. They found marijuana paraphernalia, and they also apparently found a pistol. That's when they cited lottery winner Marie Holmes for drug possession. Today, we also learned the reason why McDowell was out of jail. In court, it came out that Holmes paid his $3 million bond. It was posted just 1 day after she turned in her winning lottery ticket and collected the lump sum prize, a total of $88 million after taxes. Reporting live in the studio, Bailey Hicks, WECT News.
Now, during the search, 2 other men were also cited for drug-related charges, and the man you see on your screen, Jeffrey Gauze, was arrested for resisting an officer, and he was later released.
We have more details on this developing story right now on our website, WECT.com. There you can find more of the exclusive video from the incident, as well as interviews with Marie Holmes when she won the lottery just a few months ago.
I love you, yes I do, with all my heart and soul. I need you, yes I do, don't let my love go cold. Squeeze me tight, hold me right, make me know you're mine. I love you, yes I do, with all my heart and soul. I need you, yes I do, don't let my love go cold. Squeeze me tight, hold me right, make me know you're mine. I love you, yes I do, with all my heart and soul. I need you, yes I do, don't let my love go cold. Squeeze me tight, hold me right, make me know you're mine. I love you, yes I do, with all my heart and soul. I need you, yes I do, don't let my love go cold. Squeeze me tight, hold me right, make me know you're mine. I love you, yes I do, with all my heart and soul. I need you, yes I do, don't let my love go cold. Squeeze me tight, hold me right, make me know you're mine. I love you, yes I do, with all my heart and soul. I need you, yes I do, don't let my love go cold.
Next. Remember these women?
Seattle for being one of the most progressive cities in the United States of America.
We want an opportunity to address. We want an opportunity on the mic.
Well, ask him.
Get him in check or we're shutting this event down.
All right, this is the Black Lives Movement again.
Your event will be shut down right now. Right now. Your decision. Make a decision now.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won.
We are going to let you on the mic. Okay. All right, so we are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable. We are trying. We're going to let you on the mic. We are going to give you the mic. We will, after Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders.
Do not tell me what
After
to do.
Senator Sanders.
Sit down.
After Senator Sanders.
Down.
Okay. All right.
Let her speak.
All right.
Let her speak.
All right. We're shutting it down. You are shutting it down. You are disrupting this event. You are disrupting this event. We will. No, you are.
Notice how wild these women are. Well, this is enough of this. I think you've seen enough of this.
You are shutting it down.
Just trying to be seen. So you have hood rats and a simp.
That's your attitude that I have nothing to say.
We will give you, how long do you want?
Let her speak. Let her speak.
No.
Stop asking questions and let her speak now.
No, we will give you a couple of minutes. We're going to let him.
I need you to move. I'm not going to teach
Okay, go ahead.
That's fine.
Let me ask them to let you speak. Will you
Go
let me
ahead.
do that?
I want to give a shout out to my kids' real daddy. Thank you, government, for putting me on. I mean, you was the definition of a real father. Because when your kids is hungry, they have food stamps. Yeah, we shop at Walmart. Yeah, we shop at Publix. We shop at Winn-Dixie. When your kids need shelter, yes, you have housing. And you also have Section 8 for a lot of us. And when our kids fall, get hurt, or sick, they have Medicaid. Yes, we go to the ER, we go to the walk-in clinic, and we also can make a doctor's appointment. I get their prescriptions with no hesitation. Now, if that's not the definition of a real father, making sure your kids have food, shelter, and health care, I don't know what it is. So like I said, thank you, government, for being my kid's daddy, and thank you for putting me on.
Hey, y'all.
My final thoughts is this. The biggest part of cracker food is eliminating good men from any part of decision making, especially the final decision making. Once you do that, you can F everything up in the black community. With that said, I'm out.